to get that signed?
Very, very pleased. I couldn't be more thankful first to God and also to Brentford, because the amount of belief that they've showed in me over the past couple of years has been a lot. So I'm thankful to obviously people like Neil, Sam Saunds, Thomas, Brian, Phil, who have all shown a lot of belief in me. So very pleased to get this contract signed.
What do you think earned you this new deal?
Being injured last season was a big hit for me, and coming into the summer and pre-season was very important to obviously show my mark, to show that I'm willing to work as hard as possible and to come back as fit as possible. And then obviously step by step was playing games with the B team, and then got asked to train with the first team, and then from there it's just about taking your opportunities. And I'd like to say I think I have done that, but there's still a long way to go to obviously making my debut and etc. So still things to look forward to.
And you signed until 2025. Does that say a lot in terms of the club believes in you as a player?
Yeah, no, 100%. Signing until 2025 is obviously a big thing for a young player. So it does show that the club does show a lot of belief in me.
And it's a long-term contract. Is it nice to know that you know you're going to be here for a long period and you can just kind of get your head down and focus?
No, 100%, because you know with Brentford there's a lot of togetherness, so I know that I'm going to be a part of things. I know I won't be left out of things. So when the club's together, it's kind of easier for you to kick on, because you don't have to stress. If you have problems or whatever, you can go speak to a member of staff and they'll help you out. So being here for the next 3.5 years is definitely a big thing.
I guess the aim for you now is head down and try and kind of push yourself, keep yourself in terms of that first team group and try and get yourself a debut.
No, 100%. I agree with that. I think that is the next step for me to take, to get onto the pitch, to be in front of the fans and just show everyone what I can do, really.
How much of a motivation is it to see, for example, Finn Stevens played 90 minutes in the FA Cup and then got a Premier League debut at Southampton? Is that a motivation for everyone in the B team?
No, 100%. I was speaking to someone about it the other day, especially when you're seeing like players like Maz Roslif, who's come through B team. You got Maz Bistrup, and obviously Finn, who played 90 minutes the other day and got his Premier League debut. For players like me and also other players in the B team, it's like there is an opportunity here. Like, it's not just all lies or whatever. Like, there is a real opportunity for players like us to kick on.
How do you assess your performances so far, particularly for the B team and the games you played?
No, I think it's been good. Obviously talking to Neil and stuff about how to improve, what I need to do to get better. He's been very good with me to try and help me improve, etc. So I think so far this season I've done alright.
Would you say Neil's been a big part of for you in terms of signing that new deal and getting you to a place that you're in now? No,
100%. Neil's been probably one of the biggest coaches in my entire career. He's helped me on the pitch and off the pitch. So for him, I can go to Neil for anything. If I'm having issues or overthinking about something or I'm dwelling on this, I can go to Neil about anything.
What's going to be the biggest thing for you in terms of keeping yourself in the minds of the likes of Thomas and Brian?
I think for me, what they want to see from me personally is a lot of hard work, a good attitude and being positive around the ground. So I think if I carry on doing those things, and then I think I have a lot of qualities on the ball, but I can still improve. But if I keep showing the right mentality, the right mindset, I think that would take me far.
Has it been a test of your character in terms of that the injury last season and keeping you out for so many games?
No, 100%. Last season was probably the toughest season I've ever had. Got injured. I think my first injury was in October. Was out for 4 weeks. My first game back, I got injured again. Obviously put me back for 3-4 months, and then come back from that injury. Then I've done the same thing to my knee. So mentally, it was a very tough season. Things like that happen in football. Like, you're always going to get an injury. There's always going to be a setback. It always matters about what you do next. So I think the key part for me was, like I said, coming into pre-season, as fit as possible, as strong as possible, and then just giving it my all.
Yeah, go on, Ben. Well, good evening and welcome to Powerday Stadium, the home of Hanwell Town Football Club. Tonight we've got some quarter-final action for you. It's the Middlesex FA Senior Challenge Cup, to give it its full title, the Middlesex Senior Cup, which of course Brentford B have won in the past, 2019, but tonight they face the current champions, Hanwell Town themselves. Won it last season in a behind closed doors final. challenge for Brentford's second squad tonight, as we see Neil McFarlane make his way across the field. Well, let's run you through the teams. We'll start with the B team, why not? In goal, Ben Winterbottom. You've got Jude Russell, Lewis Gordon, Tristan Crama, Max Haygarth, Dom Jefferies, Nathan Young-Coombes, Alex Gilbert, Ryan Trevitt, Paris Maghoma, just on the back of signing a new contract, and Miles Peart-Harris, dropping down from the first team for this evening's game. On the bench, just 5 subs for both teams this evening. Rocco Rees, the sub-goalkeeper for Brentford B, Reynal Hercules, Val, Adedokun, Jakob Oksanen and Nico Jones. Jakob, of course, on his way back from an injury. And for the home side, Hugo Sobte, formerly a Brentford B trialist in the past, but making his Middlesex Cup bout here tonight. Dan Carr, Andy O'Brien, Harry Rush, Mazo Jonas, Callum Duffy, Jack Hutchinson, Masmo Giammattei, Ogo Obi, Adam Larreff and Thomas Siemienczuck. On the bench, another 5 subs for Hanwell, Woodcock, Chandler, Pruti, Bangura and Collins. Tom Collins there, scored a lot of goals recently. Hanwell Town are in good form coming into this one. They've won 4 of their last 5 league games in the Isthmian League South Central Division, which puts them in 5th at this halfway point. Most recent result, a 2-0 win over Westfield, in which Obi and Collins scored. The result before that was Staines Town, who were on the end of a 12-0 defeat to Hanwell, so they're not afraid of scoring goals. And here come the 2 sides. Of course, the last time Brentford B were in action here was the final of this competition a few years ago. They lost, but back in 2019 they won on this ground on their way to winning the actual final, so you know, they've got a chance here tonight. As we hear them run through the teams on that far side. Decent crowd here tonight. Average attendance of about 200 or 300 each game this season. It's been good for Hanwell Town. And there's still fans coming in. Reduced ticket prices if you are a Brentford season ticket holder, so I'm sure there's plenty of bees among the crowd. So as we said before, this is a quarter-final and the semi-finals have already been drawn. The winner of this game goes on to play Hampton and Richmond in the semi-final. The other semi-final has already been confirmed. It's Northwood versus Barnet, so a lot of teams of high quality in this competition at the very end. Of course, the most successful team in this competition's history is Hendon, but they were beaten by this team, by Hanwell Town in the last round. Brentford got here via an 11-0 win over Broadfield United, so it's been a pretty consistent tournament for them. Hanwell actually got a bye into the first round of this competition, but Brentford had to go all the distance. They were in the first round and they beat St Pantaleimon 4-2 in that game. So it's Chris Deacon bringing you commentary tonight with our cameraman Luke Gregory, feeling really safe up on this gantry. And we're minutes from, well, seconds from getting ourselves underway. Of course, the B team are now without 3 of the players that have played in this competition before this season. Joe Adams and Nathan Shepherd now at Dundalk. We wish them the very best. Lachlan Brook on loan to Adelaide in Australia. Of course, 2 returning players in Jakob Oksanen, who's been at Greenock Morton on loan but got injured and will continue his recovery here tonight, and Alex Gilbert, who was on loan at Swindon but came back in the January transfer window. As we said before, Paris Maghoma has just signed a new 3-year deal and he continues to impress for this B team side, who are in yellow this evening. Hanwell Town in their classic black and white stripes call themselves the Southern Geordies. we go. Bit of a false start there from the referee and Peart-Harris. Max Haygarth really keen to get going. I think Mars might have a slight problem with the ball, but we'll play on. And we go again. It's Brentford B versus Hanwell Town at the Powerday Stadium. Middlesex Senior Cup quarter-final. Jude Russell, Tristan Crama at the back. Lewis Gordon on the left of a 3 it looks like they've lined up with. Max Haygarth on one side. And Ryan Trevitt on the other. Well, this is Crama to Maghoma in midfield. We have seen him a lot in this central position this season. Now to Gilbert. And Crama back to Gordon. Gordon through the gap to Peart-Harris. Slides it left towards Trevitt. Quickly closed down, but this is the captain, Jefferies. Gordon cuts inside. This is Russell. Gilbert with a little bit of time. Haygarth wanted that first time, but wasn't going to get it. And Maghoma and Russell just happy to keep possession here. It's a good pitch here at the Powerday. Very well kept by the ground staff as Peart-Harris goes over the top. The linesman keeps his flag down, but it's straight into the arms of Sobte, the goalkeeper. Had a short spell at Brentford on trial not that long ago, Hugo. As Crama just lets that go behind him. It's a little slip there from Gordon, but he gets away with it, and this is Trevitt now. Crama across to Russell, who will bring it forward. And that's a good ball towards Young-Coombes, who will get there first if he's quick enough, and he has done. Haygarth is there with him. Haygarth across to Gilbert. And Gilbert gives away possession, but not a great touch from the forward there. Siemienczuck just couldn't quite get that under his spell. And Jefferies puts it through the gap nicely. This is Haygarth, and now Gilbert. Gilbert plays it through, and Haygarth is in the box now. Can he get a touch? He can, but the defender will get there first. Jefferies puts it over towards the far post. Trevitt might not be able to take that down in time. Will he keep it in play? No, it's going to be a throw into Brentford B. Oh, Gordon nearly loses possession, but Maghoma will recover it. And now Crama goes, and Jude Russell goes down at the completely off the ball. It's a little bit slippery out there. It's quite wet and cold out here. Jefferies threads the needle again. This is Gilbert. And now Haygarth. Now Jefferies. Long sweeping ball towards Trevitt. Peart-Harris wanted it first time, but he's going to get it anyway. Back towards Gordon, and he might have to recycle this if he wants to. And Crama holds on to it. This is Russell. Solid start from Brentford B. It's been a lot of possession so far in the opening minutes. This is Gilbert. Haygarth. Back to Gilbert. And that's a nice ball over towards Peart-Harris. Trevitt tries to get the ball back to him, but it won't matter because he's still got it on the edge of the box. Peart-Harris. Still keeping the ball here, Brentford. It hasn't gone out of play. Plenty of space on this far side, but Jefferies goes back towards the danger. And Maghoma spreads it towards Crama. And this will be a first touch towards Ben Winterbottom, who had to stretch to get there, but did well, the goalkeeper. It was fired back at him. Now Maghoma. into Gilbert. That's a pass we've seen a lot of in the opening stages here. This is Haygarth. Haygarth back to Gilbert. Of course, Haygarth came through the Manchester United Academy. Manchester United visitors to West London tomorrow night in the Premier League. This is Gordon, who gives away possession to Rush, the captain. And he'll play it back towards his centre-back in Andy O'Brien. It's a long clearance by Sobte. And that's offside from the linesman. One of the two co-managers upset with Thomas Siemienczuck there. Should have probably stayed onside. But Brentford B come away with it. A lot of possession for the Yellows in this opening stage. This is Young-Coombes. 21 goals so far for him this season. Been really impressive in the opening stages. That's why he's been in and around the first team. He's appeared on the bench several times. Played in a first team friendly on Monday. Scored in that as well. Scored the winning goal. That's a great ball towards Gilbert. Can he play it inside? Gilbert over the top. Dom Jefferies is there. He'll help it onto Trevitt. Trevitt takes on his right foot. He'll play it back towards Gilbert, who goes past one player. Can't quite get it away from the second. And it's out of play there, and Hanwell will get a chance to recover. But they've been under pressure in this first 5 minutes. And here's Russell. Scored for the first time in a while against Maidenhead last week, or the week before I should say. It has been impressive in recent performances. Paris Maghoma running things in the midfield so far. Is the captain Jefferies. Can that get through? No, it's going to be offside. The flag is up on this near side. So far, not much going through the front three of Hanwell so far. Head coach just getting Ogoebi to maybe push forward, maybe pull wide. The former Watford FC Academy player spent some time with Lewis Gordon, so they probably know each other quite well, but they're on opposite flanks this evening. As Hugo Sobte slips as he takes the kick, but Hanwell will recover possession. And this is O'Brien with the throw. Back towards Giammattei, but it's going to be Young-Coombes in chase of down possession. He might get there, you know, but the goalkeeper's done well. And Jefferies recovers it. Nicely back to Crama. This is Haygarth. Well, 10 minutes gone nearly, and it's 0-0 here at the Power Day. Still fans filtering through the gate on the far side as Peart-Harris goes towards the ball, but Trevitt can't quite get it away from Hutchinson. And Hutchinson's done very well, actually, to continue with the ball. As Carr just loses out there to Trevitt, and here comes Maghoma. Oh, just can't quite get that pass right. But Russell's got possession back, and here's Gilbert. And now Maghoma again. Now Gilbert in the middle of the field. Trevitt. Plays to Peart-Harris, gets the 1-2. Nearly cut out there by the Hanwell forward, but it's played across the top, and both Haygarth and Young-Coombes are there. Young-Coombes takes it down, but just quite get it out of his feet. And in the end, it's a good recovery from O'Brien. Defender was alive to it, had to track two men there. But that is a dangerous ball, and it's been on several times this evening so far. That's the first time Trevitt's really attempted it, and it was very, very good. Young-Coombes unhappy, he couldn't quite get it out of his feet. You can see him kick in the air there. This is Haygarth. On the outside to Gilbert. Can he get across away? He can, but it's fired out, and it's going to be a goal kick in the end. Well, I think Neil McFarlane would be happy with what we've seen so far. 0-0, but Brentford B are dominating here. Hanwell finding it hard to get out of their half. As Carr and Harry Rush have a bit of a chat in midfield about what to do next. Rush was one of the scorers in that Staines game where they won 12-0 recently in the Isthmian League. Scored twice. They had 8 different goal scorers that day. And the game earlier in the year between the two sides had also produced a 6-5 result in favour of the other team, so did very, very well. This possession switches hands quite a lot. Crama does well to take it down and actually control possession. And Russell brings us forward. Maghoma. Just getting away from Siemienczuck. Trevitt and Gordon. Brentford, can they build something here? They built something earlier. Young-Coombes went in on goal. Could have maybe done better, but he'll definitely be in amongst the goals if he gets a few more chances like that. Russell drives with it. Just got Obi for company, and Obi does very well there to keep him facing the other way. This is now Trevitt on the left-hand side. Peart-Harris. Maghoma, that's a less than perfect pass, and here come Hanwell Town. Tom Jefferies just can't get the ball away from him there, and it's back towards Rush, who flicks it forward, but in the end it just gets away from the player, and Winterbottom plays it out very nicely to Gordon. Maghoma's got a man coming here in Rush, the captain. Can Brentford take advantage of the numbers moving forward? This is Gilbert. Over to Haygarth on the right hand side. He's only got one in the box to aim for, but it's Haygarth on the edge of the box. Swings it in with his left foot. It's going to go all the way to the back post, and Trevitt just gets there, and it's in! Well, the Hanwell Town players look around to the linesman as if to say what happened there, but it was a brilliant run from Ryan Trevitt. Just stole in at the far post, gets his leg to it, and it's 1-0 Brentford B. Just under a quarter of an hour gone here, and the away side have the lead. Well, it was Haygarth with the ball in from the right hand side. Went all the way through. The defender, I think it was maybe Dan Carr, seemed to leave it. Definitely in a bit of an inquiry going on between the two of them, but it went all the way to far post. Trevitt got on the end of it, and it just looped over the goalkeeper and in, so it's 1-0 Brentford B. Well, I think we're giving that goal to Trevitt. Young-Coombes was on the line to make sure of it. As O'Brien's under pressure there, but does well. And Jude Russell sees that out of play. O'Brien will get the throw. So 1-0 to the Bees. That's not against the run of play. It's been very much the state of things so far in this game. Obi can't get away from Haygarth. This is Maghoma, just waits for the challenge to come, but still carries the ball forward, and O'Brien's the one that sees it out. So as things stand, it's early days, but Brentford B will be going through to face Hampton and Richmond if it stays this way in the semi-final. And as things stand, the current champions will be heading out, but there's plenty of time to go. So far, Brentford B quite dominant, as Crama finds Peart-Harris. And this is Gordon. Maghoma. He's got players running forwards. Gilbert's one of them, and on the outside it's Haygarth. It's not a bad ball, you know, but goalkeeper Sobte gets there first. Good vision that to find him, but just couldn't quite get the timing right between the two of them. Oh, no foul there from Crama, although Siemienczuck will argue the difference. Playing in what looks like a 4-3-3 tonight, Hanwell. O'Brien goes over the top, but it's Haygarth who takes the ball in. It's Not the best, not the prettiest control, but does very well. And he finds Maghoma on the edge of the box. This is Peart-Harris. Can he get it back to Maghoma? He can. Maghoma now in the box, but it's going to filter through to the goalkeeper. And so far it's been chance after chance for Brentford. Can Hanwell build something here? It's a really good ball, and Siemienczuck might be in here, you know. He's up against Winterbottom. And in the end, the goalkeeper does well to just clear that over the fence, because a rare lapse in defence there from Brentford.
Yeah, you can do it, yeah. Andy, Mass will do it. Cal.
Ben Winterbottom, the goalkeeper, had to be sharp there.
Cal, Mass to hold it, go.
Thought about leaving it, had to come out of the edge of his box. Giammattei with the throw-in. It's a long one. Russell's up there and deals with it, and Gilbert takes it down really well around from his player, and Young-Coombes will find the foul there that will take the pressure off Brentford B. But they've taken it quickly, and Crama finds Gordon on this left-hand side. Jefferies now. Over towards Trevitt, scored the first goal in this game. Hooked up with the other wing back in Haygarth, who put the ball in. Trevitt was there at the far post. It's 1-0 Brentford B. And so far in this quarter-final, it's been all the Bs so far, and that's a great ball towards Peart-Harris from Trevitt. He's on the left-hand side. Carr is there for company, but Peart-Harris still comes out with the ball after 2 challenges. Jefferies, he just tried to find Trevitt, who wasn't quite alive to it. And in the end, that's going to be a goal kick for Hanwell. Good number of fans here in the crowd tonight. So several members of Brentford staff over there as well. I know we've got Cliff Crown and John Varney in the audience. And that's a great ball over the top. The linesman's going to put his flag up eventually. Of course, a Brentford member of staff who is familiar with this team as well is one Sam Saunders. Played for them several times this season. Actually scored twice in their 12-0 victory over Staines Town a few weeks ago. But not playing for them tonight, instead on the Brentford bench. Watching over his assistant coach behind Neil McFarlane. As Crama dances away from Siemienczuck, and Winterbottom will calm things down. This is Maghoma. And Maghoma again. So far been the key player in midfield. He just puts that one a little bit too far for Ryan Trevitt though. Unfortunate for Maghoma, he had a really good pre-season the year before last and got an injury that ruled him out of contention. He's making his way back though, and he's been playing very good tonight. Well, Lewis Gordon will keep hold of this throw. And this is Crama. To Maghoma. Russell. Back to Crama. And now Jefferies. Finds that ball over the top towards Trevitt again, but the linesman's flag is up. Well, Sam Saunders down the touchline, convinced that was onside. Slightly unlucky. But you get the feeling that if Brentford B continue with their dominance, they could probably get a few more chances in this game. Been to the Senior Cup final just twice, Brentford. in their history. Once in 1898, which I don't think anyone's going to remember. And once in 2019, and they've won both times they've been in the final. And so far, doing very well in this quarter-final. As Obi takes it off and O'Brien brings the ball forward. Plays it inside, but the attack kind of falls down there as Dan Carr receives the ball on the right back side. Rush gets it. This is O'Brien again. Plays it forward. Crama is there. Rush will pick it up, the captain. Plays it all the way out towards Carr. He's got players in support. One of them is Hutchinson, but it's cut out by Gordon. And in the end, Rush just gets the bobble and it powers it out of play. But strong there from Hanwell, a good sign. They've not had much to do in the Brentford half, as that's a strange handball there from Lewis Gordon. The ball seemed to bobble up and hit his arm, but there we go. It's a free kick Hanwell, and that could be costly here because it's a good chance for them to get some players forward. And Rush and Jonas all moving forward. Rush is actually going towards the ball. He's probably going to swing this in. Two in the wall on that far side, but Haygarth is being told to track back by his goalkeeper Winterbottom. So Rush to deliver the ball. 1-0 Brentford B. Can Hanwell make something here? Long towards the back stick. Winterbottom will watch that over his goal line. Watch it over his crossbar, sorry. And in the end, that's a bit of a wasted chance by the home side. Maghoma with the ball towards Gilbert, but it's cut out there by Hutchinson. This is Carr towards that right wing, and Jefferies has actually been beaten there, but seems to be pulling on his player, but it's carrying on, and Larreff has done really well there over the far side, and it's flicked into the middle. Siemienczuck is still in there. It's going to be Hutchinson that flays it across. It's not going to quite reach Obi. O'Brien is there in support. Obi's kept it in. He just can't get past. Him there. Jude Russell did really well, but the pass out of the box isn't incredible. Long ball forward by Sobte. Hanwell just building into the game at the moment. Brentford being the lead, but definitely unsettled. Quarter-final action tonight at the Power Day. Also through to the quarter-finals in their own competition, the Capital Intermediate Cup, the Brentford women's team. Congratulations to them this week. They beat Headstone Manor, was the word I was searching for, 2-1. Thanks to goals from Georgia Harris and Laura Miller. So they're through to the quarter-finals as well. As well as the B team, who won their Capital Junior Cup game 4-0 against Ashford Town. So a lot of victories in the quarterfinals recently, or on their way to the quarterfinals, and for now we're watching one for Brentford B as Hanwell just put the ball out of play again. Really strong start from Brentford, but it's kind of petered out a little bit. Can they regain that momentum? Nearly half an hour gone here. Jefferies just gets away from Siemienczuck in the middle and finds Peart-Harris. He's got a lot of runners going forward. Here is Peart-Harris to the edge. Here's Trevitt. He's going to cut inside his right foot. He looked to maybe shape to shoot, but he's going to have to get away with it. And this is Trevitt back to Jefferies. Maghoma's there if he needs him. He does. Still Maghoma, edge of the box. Just can't quite get through the crowd, but does very well. And the referee will, well, give a free kick right on the edge of the box. Could have played on perhaps, but it is a good position. Probably a few candidates to take this one. There's 4 around the ball as it is. 6 around the ball now. Safe to say this is probably going to be hit at goal. This is Peart-Harris who's put the ball down and shapes as if he's going to shoot this, so we wait for the referee's whistle. Rush is trying to organise his defence in the penalty area there, but here we go. And it's Peart-Harris to shoot low and wide. Well, not exactly what he would have wanted from that. But the goalkeeper didn't expect it, definitely rooted to the spot, just watched it wide. That's a nice ball from Sobte as Haygarth is the one that nods it down. Coombes is the one that gets his foot to the ball. Well, Young-Coombes is up. Takes a lot to stop him, but it definitely looked like it hurt a little bit. Got his foot to the ball and then cleaned out by a couple of those in black and white shirts. Peart-Harris across to Russell. Haygarth does nicely there to get it back to Russell. Obi for company, and so far Obi's done quite well against Russell. Forced him back when he needed to. Gordon to Maghoma. Maghoma is trying to feed that pass towards Gilbert. It's over the top. Both Haygarth and Gilbert are there. Haygarth lets it drop over his right shoulder. Haygarth, he's got players in support. Gilbert just slips and that kind of makes him lose the ball, but he's still got the pressure on here. As Obi plays it towards Rush, the captain, and he knocks it out of play into the car park. Crama will get the ball from the throat. Dom Jefferies carries it forward. Siemienczuck unhappy there with his Hanwell teammates that they weren't pressing, but they've had a lot of pressure to deal with in this first half, and it's still only 1-0 to the B team. Ball over the top from Peart-Harris. Hasn't got enough on it, but Obi actually takes it in towards Haygarth's path. This is Haygarth still, left-footed. Gilbert turns toward Russell. Can they get the ball into the box here? Russell crosses low. Oh, fine across and actually off the line. Maghoma here, will he shoot? No, he's just taken the touch too much and has gone down. Hutchinson gets it away. And here come Hanwell Town with Larreff. Does well to get it towards Carr. Carr cuts it inside and it's gone back to him, you know. And in the end, it's going to be a corner, but a good break from Hanwell. Adam Larreff did very well to carry that all the way down the right hand side, and Dan Carr did very well to get on the support there. And Brentford B have a corner to deal with. Goalkeeper coach Yanni Vianda there, making sure that everyone knows where they are in the box on this touchline. Right, it's going to be Rush that takes it. It's a good ball, you know, fizzed in. Crama is there. Come out towards Hutchinson, who shoots low into the crowd, and there it is! Hasn't crossed the line, off the line instead from Alex Gilbert. Flicked back towards goal. Oh, and it's not going to reach Larreff, but what a chance from Hanwell Town. And Siemienczuck is still shaking his head there. He knows how close he was. The ball dropped underneath Winterbottom. It bounced up on the line, and the forward just couldn't get his foot there. And in the end, Brentford B survive. Alex Gilbert doing well to get the ball off the line. Jefferies brings it clear. Still 1-0 for now to Brentford B as we approach half-time. Maghoma. Back to Crama. Jefferies. Last time these two teams met in this competition, it was 2-2. The player who scored in that game was Oksanen on the bench today. This is Gilbert out towards Haygarth. So these two teams have produced some close games in the past. Maghoma through to Gilbert. He's trying to turn on the edge of the box. Instead gives it towards Haygarth. And Haygarth is just about got it away to Gilbert again. And here comes Maghoma. Puts it low, just can't get it around the player. And in the end, the referee calls for a foul, which may have been a bit harsh. Haygarth certainly not happy with it. It didn't look that bad. Long ball from Sobte. Obi has a free header. And Gordon tries to get it away, but it's come off Siemienczuck. And Gordon in the end taps it out. It's a lot of pressure here from Hanwell Town as the half comes to a close. They've definitely built their way into the game. So it looks like he's going to line up for a long throw here. Big man O'Brien and that at the front post, and it's actually got all the way through to Russell, who takes it on the floor, and Young-Coombes does the job of just lumping it long. Try and catch him in offside here. In the end, the linesman's got his flag down. This is onside, but Callum Duffy just couldn't quite get it under his spell. The centre-back, if he had done. Very impressive, and actually Hanwell had a good few men forward, so bit of an escape there for Brentford B as it's taken down his chest there by Trevitt, and now Peart-Harris is there. Back towards Jefferies, and now Maghoma. Maghoma, good ball across towards Haygarth. Will he be able to take it under control? It's got a good bounce on it, but it on his chest, and there it is. 1-on-1 with O'Brien. Haygarth gets his pass away. Maghoma edge of the box, 1-2 with Gilbert. Maghoma just can't quite get the ball through to Young-Coombes, who does well to get the ball back in the end. Calls for a foul, but that was actually really good from the forward. Not so great from Gilbert as they come forward here, Hanwell Town. Oh, and Siemienczuck just couldn't quite adjust his footing. It wasn't the greatest ball put through to him, but the number 11 fell, and it's recovered in the end by Brentford. Crama. Now Jefferies, just calming things down. Brentford have definitely let Hanwell Town back into this game, and to their credit, Hanwell have just been slightly unlucky, haven't taken their chances. It's still 1-0 to the B team. This is Jefferies. Trevitt. Now Gordon. Between one of Peart-Harris and Maghoma, they'll get this, and Peart-Harris chooses to come back inside and play in Gilbert, and now Haygarth is here. Haygarth into the box against O'Brien. Haygarth just, does he keep it in? He can't. Linesman flag goes up. Haygarth there getting some praise from his coaching staff, Sam Saunders and Neil McFarlane. Definitely a good attempt at a run, and there'll be more chances here for Brentford B. It's only the first half, still 1-0. Well, it's a foul from Crama. Well, another free kick for Hanwell. Another chance to get it forward. The last time they had a set piece, they almost scored. Just cleared off the line by Gilbert. Can they make something here? Long by Rush towards that back post, but Peart-Harris up against two actually manages to get the ball. And the pressure is on now as Young-Coombes chases it out of his own half, and Young-Coombes just nearly got in there. Dan Carr, the one who manages to launch it forward and save the day, but Young-Coombes was good there. Good pressure from Brentford B and get it back. Couldn't quite win the ball back. Brentford B will build again. This is Russell. It's Maghoma in the middle of the field. Good ball there to Peart-Harris. Can he get the ball out to the left wing? He tries, but it's not good enough. A few players slipping on the surface now, but there's no foul there as Larreff was trying it on. Definitely asking for one. This is Gilbert. Haygarth now into the box. Back to Gilbert, who shoots low, but it's blocked on the end. And Young-Coombes was nearly in there, you know. Just tried to get on the end of it. Jefferies will shoot from distance, but it's gone through the crowd. And nothing doing. Still 1-0. And then McFarlane just relaying to Jefferies that was a bit of a hopeful shot. I think Jefferies agreed, but sometimes you do see them go in. Hanwell goal kick. Trevitt misses it, but Crama's touch will give it to Larreff for a throw-in. That's a ball towards Hutchinson, who does well to actually keep hold of it and get it back towards his player Larreff. Larreff now up against 2-3 Brentford defenders. Doesn't get hold of it. This is Trevitt who clears it away off Larreff himself. It's a bit of a let-off there for Brentford B. Still under the pressure though, as Hanwell have a few men forward. Jefferies does well to get it back towards Gordon. Crama with a wonderful ball towards Haygarth. Could be in here. It's 4-on-4 if they get this right. Gilbert down, has a race against the number 8. Gilbert holds on to it. Russell is challenged by Obi but keeps hold of the ball. Haygarth edge of the box. Does well to get past one man. Goes down quite lightly, says the referee. And Crama to Maghoma. Gilbert takes hold of it. This is Lewis Gordon. Jefferies. Chance for everyone to catch their breath. This is Maghoma. Young-Coombes with the 1-2. Now Maghoma again. Just loses his footing there and loses possession. Bit slippery out on that pitch. Ball just held up slightly. Seen a few players go down. Siemienczuck is one of them. Ball over the top, and that's going to evade Carr and find Trevitt. But Carr is there for company. Trevitt gets the better of him, and in the end may have been fouled, but the referee waves play on. Carr tries to find his forward, but it's not going to get anywhere. Larreff just holds his hands up and tells him to calm down. They don't need to do that sort of thing. They've had chances in this game, both teams have. Jefferies just clipped on the ankles there by Larreff. Back to Crama. Young-Coombes wanted the ball forward quicker, but it's actually been lost possession, and here comes Carr on the right hand side for Hanwell. Can he find a man through the middle? He just can't quite get the angle for the pass. Larreff is there and does well and gets it to Siemienczuck. Back to Carr, in towards the box, and Hutchinson had made the run, but the ball was just between him and Obi. And Winterbottom does well just to hold on to it, and Brentford B can start again. Maghoma just injecting a bit of pace into that middle now. Ball towards Gilbert. It was maybe intended for Haygarth, but it found Gilbert in the end, and now Russell. Young-Coombes into his feet, plays it back towards Jefferies. Jefferies over the top towards Maghoma. It's a lovely ball. Maghoma takes it down, plays it in towards Young-Coombes, who flicks it back to him. There's Maghoma, and there's 2-0 to Brentford B. A very, very nice goal towards the end of this first half, and rounds off what has been a positive first half performance. In the end, a simple finish, but a very good ball in from the left-hand side. And Brentford B take a commanding lead in this game, which has seen very few chances for Hanwell. And Paris Maghoma and Nathan Young-Coombes very happy with their first half work. Young-Coombes very unselfish there, obviously on 21 goals for the season. Could have gone for a goal himself, but squared it. And Maghoma has absolutely no problem with that goal. Well, just a couple of minutes till the break. And Brentford B with a couple of goals that puts them really in control of this tie. And here comes Russell. Now Maghoma, the goal scorer, back to Russell. This is Trevitt, scored the first goal in this game. Now Jefferies. Peart-Harris. Now Maghoma again. Haygarth makes the run. It's over the top towards Haygarth. Can he get there? No, he won't. The goalkeeper out quickly. Had to be sharp there, Sobte. It just calms things down. And then goes long towards Obi. Headed by Russell. Rush flicks it back towards his own defence. And gets it back, the captain. Now Jonas. Jonas again, he's got his goalkeeper on if he needs him, but decides to go long instead, and it's actually hit Trevitt in the chest. And here comes Trevitt to Peart-Harris, flicked on towards Young-Coombes. Can he get there before the goalkeeper? He can, but it's a wonderful save. Really good effort from the young striker, but Hugo Sobte with a wonderful save, keeps his team in the game. You have to say, if that goes in, 3-0 might be a very, very bad scoreline to get back from at half-time, but as it stands, it still remains as 2-0, and that is a wonderful save by the goalkeeper. Keeping Hanwell in the tie. Can they avert the danger here? Haygarth with his arm in the air. Ball in towards the near post. Young-Coombes is there, but it's flicked on by Crama, and there it is! 3-0 in the end. The goal scored by Peart-Harris. Time seems to stand still as the ball was flicked in. All of the Hanwell defenders looked to the other as if to say who was there. But it's probably one of the easiest goals our number 25 has scored in his career. Right on the goal line, nods it in. It's Brentford 3, Hanwell 0. And it has been a dominant first half display here at the Powerday Stadium. With seconds to go until half time, you'd like to think that Neil McFarlane will be very happy with his night's work so far. As O'Brien goes long towards Obi, but Russell is there again. He's done very well on that aerial battle so far tonight. That's a poor pass, but Gordon just about manages to get away with it. Peart-Harris towards Jefferies. Can they get a fourth before the break? Jefferies still going with it. He's surrounded by two different players and just loses the ball there. But can Hanwell bring the ball out and do something themselves? Siemienczuck is there. Obi was on the overlap. It's a long ball forward. Cut out by Maghoma. As Larreff just punches the air there. Gilbert, just misses out on the challenge there, O'Brien, and the referee happy to let that go. Haygarth might take aim from the edge of the box there. Haygarth, it's Young-Coombes over towards Russell, and the centre back is in here. Russell shoots. Good save by Sobte. Well, the confidence is flowing through this Brentford team. Absolutely no doubt about that. Taking pot shots now. The goalkeeper was equal to it. Peart-Harris wanted that short, but Gilbert is waving them into the box. Looks like they might go for this. Just a few seconds until the break. It's Gilbert with the corner. Could they see this game off now? It's 3-0 already. Gilbert with the ball into the box. Just underneath the goalkeeper, and in the end, Sobte, well, he manages to get a hand on it, but the referee has spotted a foul. And the referee has called half-time. Well, that's it. Neil McFarlane nods his head. Brentford fully in the driver's seat here. And so far at the break, with goals from Peart-Harris and Trevitt.
Well, Paris, a new contract, a new start until 2025.
Very can be more thankful first to God and also to Brentford, because the amount of belief that they've showed in me over the past couple of years has been a lot. So I'm thankful to obviously people like Neil, Sam Saunds, and Thomas, Brian, Phil, who have all shown a lot of belief in me. So very pleased to get this contract signed.
What do you think earned you this new deal?
Being injured last season was a big hit for me, and coming into the summer and pre-season was very important to obviously show my mark, to show that I'm willing to work as hard as possible and to come back as fit as possible. And then obviously step by step was playing games with the B team, and then got asked to train with the first team, and then from there it's just about taking your opportunities. And I'd like to say I think I have done that, but there's still a long way to go to obviously making my debut and etc. So still things to look forward to.
And you signed until 2025. Does that say a lot in terms of the club believes in you as a player?
Yeah, no, 100%. Signing until 2025 is obviously a big thing for a young player. So it does show that the club does show a lot of belief in me.
And it's a long-term contract. Is it nice to know that you know you're going to be here for a long period and you can just kind of get your head down and focus?
No, 100%, because you know with Brentford there's a lot of togetherness, so I know that I'm going to be a part of things. I know I won't be left out of things. So when the club's together, it's kind of easier for you to kick on, because you don't have to stress. If you have problems or whatever, you can go speak to a member of staff and they'll help you out. So being here for the next 3.5 years is definitely a big thing.
I guess the aim for you now is head down and try and kind of push yourself, keep yourself in terms of that first team group and try and get yourself a debut.
No, 100%. I agree with that. I think that is the next step for me to take, to get onto the pitch, to be in front of the fans, and just show everyone what I can do really.
How much of a motivation is it to see, for example, Finn Stevens played 90 minutes in the FA Cup,
yeah,
and then got a Premier League debut at Southampton? Is that a motivation for everyone in the B team?
No, 100%. I was speaking to someone about it the other day, especially when you're seeing like players like Maz Roslif, who's come through B team. You got Maz Bistrup, and obviously Finn, who played 90 minutes the other day and got his Premier League debut. For players like me and also other players in the B team, it's like there is an opportunity here. Like it's not just all lies or whatever. Like there is a real opportunity for players like us to kick on.
How do you assess your performances so far, particularly for the B team and the games you played?
No, I think it's been good. Obviously talking to Neil and stuff about how to improve, what I need to do to get better. He's been very good with me to try help me improve, etc. So I think so far this season I've done alright.
Would you say Neil's been a big part of you for you in terms of signing that new deal and getting you to a place that you're in now?
No, 100%. Neil's been probably one of the biggest coaches in my entire career. He's helped me on the pitch and off the pitch. So for him, I can go to Neil for anything. If I'm having issues or overthinking about something or I'm dwelling on this, I can go to Neil about anything.
What's going to be the biggest thing for you in terms of keeping yourself in the minds of the likes of Thomas and Brian?
I think for me, what they want to see from me personally is a lot of hard work, a good attitude and being positive around the ground. So I think if I carry on doing those things, and then I think I have a lot of qualities on the ball, but I can still improve. But if I keep showing the right mentality, the right mindset, I think that would take me far.
Has it been a test of your character in terms of that injury last season and keeping you out for so many games?
No, 100%. Last season was probably the toughest season I've ever had. Got injured. I think my first injury was in October. Was out for 4 weeks. My first game back, I got injured again. Obviously put me back for 3-4 months, and then come back from that injury. Then I've done the same thing to my knee. So mentally, it was a very tough season. Things like that happen in football. Like, you're always going to get an injury. There's always going to be a setback. It always matters about what you do next. So I think the key part for me was, like I said, coming into pre-season as fit as possible, strong as possible, and then just giving it my all.
Well, it's a big second half on the way for Hanwell Town. The home side find themselves 3-0 down. Brentford a very, very strong first half showing. And so far this quarter-final has been all Brentford B. Hanwell had a few chances in the first half. One cleared off the line by Alex Gilbert. That was at 1-0, so that was a key time to get that going. But since then it's been Brentford dominance. Goal, the first goal from Trevitt. Then Paris Maghoma. And then Peart-Harris right on the stroke of half time. And here we go for the second half. 0 changes for either side. Town's co-managers trusting the team they put out in the first half to try and get the job done. Try and get back in this game, and they're going to have a fast start if they want to. Here we go. As we lose another ball to the field behind, let's run you through the two teams again with no changes at half time. In goal for Brentford, you've got Ben Winterbottom. It's the back three of Jude Russell, Lewis Gordon, Tristan Crama. In midfield, you've got Max Haygarth, Dom Jefferies, Alex Gilbert, Ryan Trevitt, Paris Maghoma, Peart-Harris. And right up top by himself, Nathan Young-Coombes, who, despite being a very, very big goal threat, has only got an assist to his name tonight so far. This is Hutchinson on the far side for Hanwell Town, lobbed into the box, comes off his captain and into the hands of Winterbottom. The Hanwell side, Hugo Sobte in goal. Dan Carr, Andy O'Brien, Harry Rush, Ramazzo Jonas, Callum Duffy, Jack Hutchinson, Massimo Giammattei, Obi, Adam Larreff and Siemienczuck up top as Brentford carry the ball forward all the way through it, and Trevitt just skies it over the crossbar. That was Thomas Siemienczuck, the Hanwell striker there, as Ryan Trevitt was doing his best to take a few leaves off that far tree. Ball just seemed to bobble as it got towards him, but leant back, put his weight behind it, and it flew over the crossbar. So score still 3-0. Brentford dominating. There's Peart-Harris over the top, trying to find Young-Coombes. It does flick off his arm, but nothing doing here, and Young-Coombes will take the ball on onto the edge of the box. Young-Coombes finds Maghoma to Trevitt. Back to his midfield maestro, Maghoma. On the score sheet, both of those tonight. Jefferies does well and actually gets flicked, but the referee waves play on. And Maghoma just... Well, McFarlane said it. He did the hard work. Adam Larreff did really well to get past his man. Maghoma did well to get back, but then just left his feet in there. He didn't need to. And McFarlane still arguing with the officials that potentially the first one on his own player was a foul. But Hanwell have a free kick. It's Dan Carr with a ball down the right hand side towards Obi. I'll go Obi on the edge of the box, flicks it towards goal, but Dom Jefferies is the one that nods that behind, and it's going to be a Hanwell corner. Well, they were dangerous from set pieces in the first half. Had one cleared off the line by Gilbert. Also put one just over the bar towards the start of the first half. And Harry Rush, the captain, will wing this in towards the middle of the box. It flies all the way across, and Young-Coombes gets on the end of it. Giammattei shoots low, and it's actually gone just wide of the post. On the way through, seems that Winterbottom maybe got a touch off a member of the crowd on the way through. But it was close. And Hanwell are going to have to start that fast if they want to get back in this game. That needed that to go in. Rush with the corner again. In towards Jonas, it's gone to the far post, and in the end, Maghoma gets the decision. Winterbottom had a pass on there but didn't opt to do it. This is Gordon. Gordon's got time to turn back around and head down this left-hand side. Finds Gilbert. And Hutchinson stumbled but brought it forward. This is Peart-Harris. And now Haygarth. Haygarth trying to find a way through. Russell has come forward from centre-back. Jefferies is filling in here on the back side of the pitch as Maghoma flicks it towards Gilbert and just can't quite get the ball back. But they've got it back now, and this is Russell. Forward to Haygarth. Haygarth flicks it towards Gilbert on the edge of the box. Can he get a shot away? Doesn't need to, but his ball through to Young-Coombes wasn't the greatest. It's a good throw out by Sobte, the goalkeeper, and Larreff just does a little bit too much. Touches it a bit too far, and Brentford B get possession back. Maghoma to Jefferies. Jefferies does well to get past Rush, and then gets the ball off a tackle quite luckily. Trevitt chasing it down. Young-Coombes is there as well. The goalkeeper clears long. Nodded forward by Crama. He's been very good in the air today, the central defender. As Maghoma is fouled by Siemienczuck. They're switching it round here, the co-managers of Hanwell. They've chucked Ogo Obi up top. And Siemienczuck is going to play down the left-hand side now. As Jefferies plays it down that flank towards Haygarth. Back to his captain Jefferies, who takes a heavy touch, but, well, in the end goes through his player as well. So first 5 minutes of the second half have been a positive start for Hanwell. They've got the ball forward a lot more than Brentford have, and actually tested Ben Winterbottom as well. They're going to have a strong second half to get back into this game. Still 3-0. Brentford had a very, very good first half. As Haygarth goes down clutching his knee, but they're going to play on here, Brentford. No complaints if the referee carries play on. Here's Gilbert. And now Trevitt on the left-hand side. Still in a heap on the far side is Haygarth, but Gilbert plays it towards Russell, and Russell will maybe try and play a 1-2, and in the end the linesman may have put his flag up, but Haygarth is on his feet on the far side. Haygarth is limping a little bit, and there's actually was playing every single player on side, but Sobte just took a little too long there, and Haygarth is back in now, although still limping heavily, and Tristan Crama gets either side of the wrong side of Obi, but Winterbottom does really well. Goalkeeper out quickly, and Haygarth just seems to have recovered from that knock. Back on the ball now. No need for physio Stella Zhang to come on. And that's a nasty bounce that's taken it away from Dan Carr. This is Trevitt. Left-hand side, plays a 1-2 with Gilbert, and Carr just gets enough in the way. He's got Larreff either side of him, but doesn't need to use him. This is now Carr. It's a good ball through, but Russell is going to be able to get that away. And this is Maghoma. Gilbert. Gordon. And that's probably offside from Young-Coombes, it is. It's a little sloppy so far from Brentford B, and they may pay the price if Hanwell can get a few passes together. That wasn't evidence of that though. Here's Peart-Harris. Don Jefferies just gets away with that. So far, Brentford B doing very well here and on their way to a semi-final in the Middlesex Senior FA Cup. This is Trevitt on the left-hand side. Gets round two different players. Maghoma has time. Haygarth's on that far side, and he's found him. Touch a bit heavy, but Haygarth could cut inside here. He will onto his left foot. Gets past 2 players and 3 players, but Peart-Harris gets it back to him. Trevitt, Haygarth all the way on the other side of the box now. Takes a deflection. Young-Coombes is there. Jefferies took a pot shot from this sort of distance earlier that didn't do anything. This is Gilbert. McFarlane calling for patience, and they will take their time. It's gone back now. It's recycled towards Gordon. Crama is there, but Gordon decides to play in Maghoma. Rosso wants it far side. Obi has chosen him down for Hanwell. Could have played the ball to Gilbert or Young-Coombes, decided not to. Instead it's Jefferies. And now Maghoma. Jefferies again. Crama, the Frenchman. Done very well at centre-back tonight, Crama, just the middle of the 3. As Gordon takes it on, uses a bit of pace there. Jefferies nearly slipped, but did well to keep his footing. This is Haygarth. Jefferies into Maghoma. He's got Trevitt on this far side, but uses Gilbert, and here comes Gilbert, edge of the box. Can he find it in there? Gilbert shoots, and it's just wide. Alex Gilbert spent most of the first half of this year on loan at Swindon. Has played EFL football this season and showed a really good touch there to get on the edge of the box, but just couldn't quite find the finish around Hugo Sobte, the goalkeeper for Hanwell. And that's the first real chance that Brentford have created in this second half. It's been all Hanwell so far, but they do have a 3-goal lead, and that may perhaps play into that fact. This is Russell. Now Crama. Maghoma. And here's Haygarth. He's got numbers in the box if he wants them. There's an out number in the box in the middle, but he just can't quite find the pass to Paris Maghoma. And so far, you think Hanwell would be pretty pleased with this start. No goals conceded. They've created chances. If they can get one to go in, this is a real cup tie. But you feel if Brentford score first, then this could be all over. And we haven't even played an hour yet, but we are approaching that mark. And here is Maghoma. Lewis Gordon. To Ryan Trevitt. Played really well in the first half. Trevitt was instrumental on that left-hand side and is still keeping possession here. Maghoma could have played it to Gordon, chose not to, and in the end pays the price. Tried to be a little too clever there, Maghoma. Could have just played it back to Gordon, could have maybe found Winterbottom, but now they'll have a throw for Hanwell. This is Carr. He's got Larreff there if he wants him. This is Hutchinson. Jonas across to O'Brien. Jonas flicks it forward. It's going to go as far as Russell, who heads it towards Maghoma. Nice bit of skill there to get round 2 of the midfielders, but Rush is back there trying to challenge. This is Haygarth. He's got numbers in the box if he needs to. This is Crama. Gordon. Finds Haygarth. Haygarth edge of the box now. Will he take a shot? He's got on his left foot. Won't need to. Runs into a few players there, and this is Gordon. Young-Coombes. Brentford just trying to find a little bit of space here. Jefferies. Trevitt. Trevitt just launches it over the top. Haygarth is there. He somehow got time to take that down. Not the greatest defending from Hanwell. Not much pressure on him. Maghoma. Paris Maghoma now to Gilbert. Left footed. Gilbert's there, and it's right across the face of goal, but cleared away. This is Jefferies. Corner wasn't the greatest routine, but Jefferies has got the ball. Nice and simple to Maghoma. Jefferies. Now Russell. Into the box. Russell plays it square. Young-Coombes was there, but didn't quite get enough on it. Haygarth brings it back. Jefferies. Maghoma. He's got Gordon down the left-hand side. This time uses him. Gordon. Towards Gilbert and Young-Coombes. It's gone only as far as Peart-Harris, who's offside. Okay, subs for both teams then. Both number 16s coming on. It's Bangura who's coming on for Hanwell Town, replacing Thomas Siemienczuck, who has had a busy game. And for Brentford B, it's Paris Maghoma who withdraws. And Jaakko Oksanen is on. Scored the last time these two teams played each other in this cup. Scored a equaliser that actually took the game to penalties. So first two subs done. And here he is, Oksanen, first touch of the game. Over to Jefferies. Oksanen, who spent the first half of the season on loan at Greenock Morton in Scotland. Safe to say a cold evening in West London like this is probably not going to affect him after that loan spell.
Very good, Brentford, come on! Look out, come on!
Well, Peart-Harris was fouled. And he takes the free kick rather quickly. There's Jefferies and now Gordon, as Brentford look to go again. Trevitt. Inside to Oksanen. Gordon, Trevitt again. Trevitt does very well to keep that in play and actually still has it and does very well indeed to find Lewis Gordon, who himself keeps it in play. That's really good football on the left hand side from Brentford FC. Really good control in a tight space. This is Crama to Gordon. Trevitt back to Gordon. Good understanding between these two on the left hand side so far. Dom Jefferies tries to play the long ball and the defender slips and brings down Haygarth, but the referee plays it on because here's Peart-Harris. Peart-Harris trying to trick his way into the box. He's going to come out to Haygarth instead. Left footed towards Russell. This is Jefferies. Now Oksanen. Oksanen also scored a screamer in the semi-final that year against Barnet, drilling the ball from the edge of the box, and he's certainly got it in him. Here he is. Barnet, of course, already in the semi-finals of this competition this season. They'll play Northwood, whereas the winner of this tie will go on to play Hampton and Richmond. So far, that's going to be Brentford B. 3-0 the score. Just taking their foot off the gas a little bit in the second half. Gordon. Trevitt. Trevitt tried to play it through. Rush took the contact though and did very well to get it towards Obi. Crama heads it down though, and again shows his aerial dominance in this game. Russell towards Jefferies, but Haygarth is adjudged to a foul, O'Brien. Long ball forward. Hutchinson is there, but Russell's the one with the header. That's Bangura who comes away with the ball but can't quite get it onto his own man. That's a long clearance towards Trevitt. Up against Carr and actually turns him away. Then takes contact with Carr but carries on. Obi giving Lewis Gordon a run for his money, the two Watford Academy products. And that's a nice block there from Hanwell's left side. This is Crama. Good ball to Oksanen, who takes it in his stride, and there is Haygarth again. Trevitt's on this far side, but he's also got three men making a run. Haygarth could go all the way here by himself. He's found Young-Coombes instead, and Young-Coombes is inside, but it's a flag up on the far side. Carr with the ball forward. Gordon cuts it out. Well, linesman's put his flag up. I'll go Obi offside in the end. He's had a torrid time in front of goal tonight as Obi. A lot of defensive duties being done well by Brentford. This is Trevitt down the left-hand side. Trevitt tries to trick his way into the box. Does very well. Now Ryan Trevitt drills it low and it's come off the defender, but good football there from the left winger. Tricked his way past Carr, who definitely knows that his man's been a handful tonight. A number of Brentford subs warming up down there as well as Gilbert plays it short to Haygarth. Oksanen on the edge of the box. Ball into the middle, nodded clear. Here comes Jefferies trying to win it back. Does very well to get there ahead of the number 10. Jude Russell's done so well to turn inside and he's into the box now. Here comes Russell, drills it low, taking a deflection. Gilbert's there. Peart-Harris couldn't quite get there. And in the end, somehow they've got it away. And that's a foul by Peart-Harris on the captain rush. And here comes another sub for the home side. Carr will come off for Callum Woodcock. And Woodcock takes over at right back, which has been a position that has been run ragged this evening. Really good performance from Ryan Trevitt, who's combining with Gilbert and with Gordon really well. But here come Hanwell on the left flank of their own. Bangura's there. Flicked in towards Larreff, who's over there now from the right hand side, and somehow he's still kept the ball. Hasn't got enough in the tank to just get past Haygarth though, and he does really well in the end, the Brentford defender. Well, we're approaching the last 20 minutes. It's stayed exactly the same as it was in the first half, still 3-0. Not much in the way of clear-cut chances in the second half for either team, really. Hanwell had one that was just deflected wide of the goal. Nothing major since then, though, and here comes Lewis Gordon with a bit of defending to do. Needs to keep possession here. Gives it to Crama, and now Gilbert, whose touch is a little bit heavy, but it will go back towards Winterbottom. And the goalkeeper has an easy ride of giving it to Tristan Crama again. Peart-Harris. Gordon. Trevitt is here if he wants to play him in. Ball over the top towards Young-Coombes, who will get on the end of this. Young-Coombes, edge of the box. Got players inside, might go himself. In the end has to recycle it. This is Oksanen. Jefferies. Now Russell, showing a good turn of speed, and again cutting inside Russell, straight towards the box. And gets the ball back here. Plays it to Peart-Harris, who's got a little bit of time. Peart-Harris, edge of the box, looks like he wants to shoot. He'll get it wide to Trevitt. Trevitt cuts inside. And in the end, blast one over the top of the crossbar. And we'll need another football. Brentford B looking like they might make another change here. 2 players getting ready on their touchline. Nico Jones, one of them. Just maybe freshen things up. It's got a little bit stale out there. It's quite scrappy in the middle of the field. But a good opening for Trevitt there, and probably feels he could have done better. Crama does win that header, but it goes behind him. Trevitt still going, and instead it's cut out by Hutchinson. Obi just nearly capitalises there as Gordon slips, but keeps possession well. This is Russell. Oksanen, cool and calm in possession, finds Gordon. Crama with a wonderful ball towards Peart-Harris in the middle of the field. It's nice and sharp. And Peart-Harris turns 2 of his men and then maybe gets past a third. Oksanen plays it back to him nice and calmly. Peart-Harris towards Trevitt. It's the bouncing ball and it was just a little bit too much on it. And James Purgey, the strength and conditioning coach, letting the 4th official know it's time for a sub. Well, Nathan Young-Coombes, one of the players coming off, his work's done. Prolific goal scorer, didn't need to be tonight. Got an assist though in the first half. Adedokun, one of the players coming on. And Nico Jones is going to be the one replacing Miles Peart-Harris, who has already left the field. So it looks like Brentford have gone with a 4 at the back now instead. Lewis Gordon at left back, Jones and Crama the ones in the middle. Jude Russell, who's played right centre back all night, is now right back. And the midfield now consists of Haygarth, Jefferies, Oksanen and Adedokun. Sobte under pressure there, the goalkeeper for Hanwell. O'Brien launches it forward. Russell keeps hold of it though. And Bangura can't quite get it off him. Now Crama. So a slight change in system for the last 20 minutes for Brentford. Just trying to hang on to this lead, which is probably secured. Don't want to curse it, but they've been quite assured in possession in the second half, only giving away very little. And Nico Jones cuts inside. Jones to Gordon, gets the ball back. Tries to ball through towards Trevitt, who's actually got ahead of his man here, Trevitt, and cuts back inside on his right foot. Trevitt cuts it across the box, Gilbert shoots and it's just over the crossbar. A good set of possession there, ending in a good chance, you'd like to say, for Alex Gilbert. Just shook his head as he hit it. I think he wanted it to go just under the crossbar. So, sub for Hanwell as well. 7 for 14. Jack Hutchinson comes off. Good night's work for him. It's Gary Chandler who comes on. And Gary Chandler straight in there right away. Chandler with quite the following from the Ray Duffy stand there. Very impressed with his hard work. And this is Rush with the free kick just inside Brentford's half. Hanwell need to do something and they need to do it quickly. It's Rush with the ball over the top. Nodded forward by Jonas. It's across towards Obi. Obi shoots and he's just, it's over the crossbar. It is. It's over the line and Hanwell Town have that lifeline. And that is exactly what Hanwell needed and have been threatening to do for some time in the second half. It was a really well won header by the centre-back Jonas. Nodded back to Obi, who turned on the edge of the box and fired it into off the crossbar. And it was the linesman who gave it. Winterbottom beaten for the first time in this game. It's 3-1. Now it's a cup tie. Can Hanwell build on this? Brentford a little bit shell-shocked. Just need to take it in their stride. Oksanen now. Rush trying to put the pressure on. What a substitution by Hanwell, by the way. Chandler winning the free kick and then immediately getting a goal from it. Here comes Oksanen. And it's Haygarth on the far side. Can they get a goal back immediately? Haygarth into the box on his left foot. Straight forward to Russell. Russell brings it back and it's just off the defender. Jonas, who concedes a corner, but well done there, Hanwell. If they had conceded that, lose all momentum as it stands. They're back in the game. The holders of the Middlesex FA Senior Challenge Cup, Hanwell Town, back in the game, 3-1. It might be too much of a summit to climb, but they're going to give it a good go. Both arms in the air. Ball comes in from Haygarth. Russell's in amongst the bodies. It might drop here for Rush, who does well to bicycle kick it away. And here come Hanwell with Larreff. He's got Obi on side, and it's a foul by Oksanen, who will pick up the first booking of the night. I think that's what they call a clever foul from Yako, but to be fair, Hanwell, the last time they got a free kick from around this area, scored a goal. Can they repeat that feat? Sobte goes long. Then Winterbottom sees it and punches well. And Rush with the foul on the edge of the box. On the edge of the box, in the middle of his own half, I should say. Just on Gilbert, and it peters out. But good goalkeeping there from Ben Winterbottom. Made himself big, strong, punched it away solidly. And that's exactly what you want from a goalkeeper in that situation. Take away all the danger. Get the ball clear of his own goal. Jones now. Across to Gordon. And Val Adedokun does really well. Good work from Val on the left hand side. This is Gilbert. Well, Adedokun is still here on the left hand side and he'll get the ball here. Number 14. Young Republic of Ireland player. Swings it into the box. It's a good ball. It's just evaded Dom Jefferies. Haygarth is challenging O'Brien at the far stick. O'Brien winning that battle so far and only gets it as far as Russell. This is Gilbert. Oksanen. Back to Russell, the right back now. Haygarth takes it on. Haygarth edge of the box, just calming things down. Gilbert in towards Jefferies, and that's nearly set Russell in behind, but it's back with Haygarth. Tries to get a bit of space, but again, things just calming down on that right hand side. There's only two bodies in the box for Brentford. It's not the packed area it once was in the first half, and that will go all the way through to Hugo Sobte. Sobte with the long ball forward. Chandler challenging the centre back, and in the end that'll go for Brentford, but Jefferies tries to be clever and actually gives it back to Hanwell. This is Rush.
That's all right, well done.
Up to the left-hand side, and he's challenged by Russell.
Come out now.
Back into the action, and Obi just can't get hold of it. But here come Brentford again. This is Gilbert. 3 on 4. Can they get something done here? Gilbert's got Adedokun on the left-hand side, and here he is. Just stumbles a bit, but still got possession. Drills it across the box. In fact, it's floated towards the far post, where Andy O'Brien will nod that behind. Just in the 80th minute now of time. 10 minutes to go. Brentford B winning 3-1. It's been a dominant display in the first half by the Bees, but it's been a good spirited performance by Hanwell in the second. And they're currently leading the second half 1-0. If they can get a second, it'll be a real cup tie. Into the box, Crama is there, but it's nodded away. Jefferies gets it out as far as Gilbert, who recycles it towards Haygarth. Haygarth with a little turn of speed, trying to get into the box. It bobbles nicely, and Haygarth is still going here. Haygarth shoots. Oh, it's come across, and it's in! What a save by the goalkeeper. Absolute chaos in the middle. And there's still a player down here for Brentford. It might be time they put the ball out. They're playing on though. Haygarth it is again, who's in the wars. He's had a difficult game today. Haygarth has been involved in a lot of contact as Trevitt finds Jefferies, and he gets past Rush, and then Bangura takes possession back. Haygarth is on his feet and he's gingerly getting back into position, but that'll definitely hurt him. Just testing out that right leg that looked a little bit limp. May have twisted his ankle in amongst all those bodies. Did very, very well to pull the ball back, and in the end it just couldn't get put in the net. It was a wonderful save from Sobte. This is Gordon. Brentford still asking questions. Sobte's been good tonight. Kept the score down. Made a terrific save in the first half as well. And so far has given his team a chance of getting back in this game. They need to take it though. And so far they haven't had the best last 5 minutes. It's been all Brentford. Here comes Jefferies. Out towards Adedokun. Cuts, and he'll probably float this over the top. He does. It's right across, and it's actually come off Gilbert's head, but it's gone to the far post and Haygarth. Russell. Back to Haygarth. He shoots it low, and actually the far post is Adedokun, but in the end it's just watched out of play, and actually no, they'll keep it going here. Ball through by Bangura. Ogo just can't get there. Ogo Obi. Nico Jones with the header. And now Russell can bring us forward again. Adedokun on this left-hand side, just feeling his hip. He got a late challenge there in the box as he tried to score. I mean, probably not enough for a penalty, but a brave challenge from Bangura. And Bangura up against him again. Gordon, playing a little further up the field now. Gordon plays it in towards Trevitt, who looks up and sees a flag raised. Into the last 10 minutes of time. Hanwell trying to get a goal back. It's 3-1. If they can make it 2, you'd like to think they have a chance. They've been good in the second half, and here they come again. And he's done really well to get past Larreff there. Larreff lobs it into the box. At the far post is Chandler, but he's going to have to find Bangura if he can. He just can't get the pass right. And Bangura might have a chance to get this off Jefferies, but Jefferies has stormed past him and still keep going on this left-hand side. And in the end, does incredibly well to get the ball forward. Gordon with a chance to slow things down with the throw, and he's just taking his time here as Jefferies and Adedokun takes it on. Good pass from Val. Now Gilbert out to Haygarth, and he's got 2 players in the box. Not busting a gut to get forward. They still control this game. They're just keeping possession. Oksanen, chance to shoot here maybe. Oksanen does go for goal, takes a deflection, and in fact it didn't take a deflection, I think it just hit a bobble on the pitch, but it's a goal kick and Hanwell come at it again. It'll be up against Crama. Crama wins that battle again for, I've lost count how many times he's won those headers. Well, foul on Gilbert on that far side, which again will give Brentford a chance to slow things down, approaching the final 5 minutes of the game. Five minutes to go. Hanwell have it all to do. They've got to find 2 goals from somewhere. Brentford just happy to keep the ball. This is Oksanen. Well, shows a bit of professionalism there. Yako took the contact, went down. Played a lot of men's football in the last couple of years at Wimbledon, and oh, we've lost the floodlights. Well, as you can tell, we've lost half the floodlights in the stadium. Well, we've lost one half of the floodlights. We're not going to be able to play on with just this, but they are investigating. The referee's heading over to the clubhouse to see what the problem is. We did have just over 4 minutes to go in this cup tie, but so far someone's going to have to plug them back in and we'll have to go again. And we've lost both sets of floodlights. I think that was the old reset and restart strategy. Well, if they can't get it restarted, they may well agree to just end it there, you know. Both managers in discussions, both managers have shaken hands. The lights have gone off again. And they can only get one set of floodlights starting, so we might have ended the game here. In fact, here come the lights. No? Well, we had almost agreed to finish the game there. Both managers have shaken hands. The referee is wanting to get the 90 done. And you have to say, if Hanwell Town managed to get back into this game now, what a turnaround this will be. Seconds away from calling it off and agreeing to a win. Well, we've played on without one of the floodlights. But we've got 5 of the 6 working. And we have resumed the game in the 85th minute. It's all going on here at Hanwell, the Power Day Stadium. Here comes Gordon. Is it into the middle, but can't get the ball back. Here's Jefferies. Adedokun. Jefferies again. Jones. Oksanen. Back to Jones. And here's Adedokun. Nodded away. And in the end, just can't be caught. Duffy just nods it out. Over in the corner where Mark Fuller sits. Often got a complaint about the floodlights, Mark Fuller, but probably would have complained a lot if we'd have played on in the darkness. This is Jefferies. Oksanen. Russell. Gilbert. Can Brentford just finish the game here? Gilbert in towards Oksanen again. Just run off the ball by O'Brien. Oksanen wanted a... I don't know if he was appealing for a foul. I don't think he would have got one. And we've now crossed the 90-minute barrier. We're into added time. Probably about 5 minutes of it, to be fair. As we had a 5-minute stoppage because of the darkness. And Hanwell Town have a lot to do. But stranger things have happened. This is Russell. Ball forward. Obi can't get there, but it might be forward by Larreff. And here is Larreff. Gets challenged, but will carry on. Into the box is Larreff. And in the end, gets a free kick. The advantage was played. And Hanwell Town have 5 minutes to get a couple of goals. That's 3.85 inside the gate here for Hanwell tonight. Well, Rush will be the one that takes the free kick. He's scored a couple of goals for Hanwell in the last few games. Rush puts it over the top. The heads go up and it's actually in the air. And Obi just can't get it on target. And Jonas was in there as well. And in the end, it's an offside call from the linesman on this near side. Only a couple of minutes to go. Brentford B, as things stand, through to the semi-final of the Middlesex FA Senior Challenge Cup, where they will meet Hampton and Richmond Borough. The other semi-final, Northwood and Barnet. Dates and fixture to be announced. But one thing is for sure, by the looks of it, we will have a new champion of this competition this season. The current holders knocked out by Brentford. The second time Hanwell have been knocked out by a B side in the last 2 seasons. And that's a horrible touch from Oksanen. And if they can make something of this here, Hanwell might have a chance. 4 minutes added time is announced on the sideline here. 4 minutes on top of the 5 that we've already lost, so there's 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes. Can the Brentford find a 4th goal? It's been a bit lacklustre in the second half. They've seen some good chances come and go. Here comes Haygarth. Adedokun on this far side. Gets that cut out by Woodcock. And he plays it inside, but it's a horrible ball and it's found Jefferies, and in the end he's out of position. And here comes Val on the left hand side. Trevitt wants the ball played into the box. In the end, it's come off a defender. This is Jefferies. Again, the touch not quite there for the midfielder. It's got a bit bobbly in the middle of the field in this second half, and it's hard to control. Oksanen does a better job of it this time. Here comes Lewis Gordon. He's got a man ahead of him if he needs him, but Gordon's going to go all the way through here. Gordon on the right hand side towards Haygarth. Haygarth could finish it here. Cuts inside, finds Gilbert. Gilbert just takes his time on the edge of the box and It's a sensible tactic, finds Russell. Russell's been really good at that tonight and goes all the way through into the box. Russell still with a chance to pull it back all the way across. And Adedokun's there! And it's a good save again. And it's a corner. Jude Russell has been immense on that right-hand side this evening and just proved it again there. Completely deserted by his teammates apart from Val at the far post. And in the end, it's Hugo Sobte in the Hanwell goal. It's done very well tonight. 3 big saves. Kept the score down, giving his team a chance. And as of right now, that chance has not quite been enough as we enter the final minutes, final seconds of this game. And this is Gilbert. Oksanen. His touch is heavy, but he's still in the box. Oksanen drags it across and it's nodded clear. Jefferies has to go up by himself. He's not got much help here. He's going to go back to Winterbottom. Gordon. Nico Jones. Jefferies. Gordon. Still Gordon. Adedokun. Adedokun does really well. Back to Trevitt. Back to Lewis Gordon. 1-on-1 Gordon flits it through the goalkeeper's legs. And that's game, set and match. In the final seconds of this game, Brentford B get their goal in the second half. And it's the fullback Lewis Gordon who bombs forward and just slots it between the goalkeeper's legs. It's not been the sturdiest of second halves, but it's been a solid display from Brentford today. And that was the last kick of the game. The referee calls a halt to it. Brentford B through to the semi-final of the Middlesex FA Cup. They've beaten Hanwell down here tonight 4-1. Thank you everyone for joining us on this live stream. We hope you'll make it back.